JD wins Player of the Week honors, Kershaw gets another milestone, and the Dodgers essentially ended the Giants' season.
Win!
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Land Talk. Mason, there's a pretty good last homestand.
Yeah. I hate that we're not ending the season at home, but it was a great way to end it.
Great way to end it. Dodgers took 5 of the last 7 games they played at home, taking 2 from the Tigers, taking 3 from the Giants, and
that sucks.
They pretty much ended their season.
Yeah, you know what? The Giants were having a hell of a season. They definitely beat up on us in the beginning of the season, I'll tell you that. But then after the All-Star break, everybody collapsed. Bye-bye.
They did. We knew they were going to fall off.
Yeah.
We knew this team wasn't the real deal.
Nope. Same with Arizona.
And they just kind of hit that downslide and just kept on rolling down the hill.
Yeah, just couldn't pick up any momentum. They're just not built to last the entire season. 2 years ago when they won 107 games, I don't want to say it was a fluke because they had a hell of a year, but every player had their best season ever, and then they all came back down to earth. So, yeah, they're not yet. They're not yet built to make the playoff run, the playoff push, and get you over 100 wins.
Now, as it stands right now, they are still 2 games away from being eliminated in the wild card race, but things aren't looking good for them. You got to have a bunch of teams have their worst week ever, and they got to have their best week ever. Not likely.
Not likely. So the Giants have to play San Diego this next series for the next 3 games or so, and then they have to face and host, rather, they have to host the Dodgers for another 3 or 4 games. That sucks for the Giants. That
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
You bet Muncie's going to have a fun time with that. He loves hitting against the Giants.
He loves hitting in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll never forget when he took Bumgarner deep.
Yeah.
Mad Bum was real mad at Max.
He was real mad.
So
Yeah, he goes,
go get it out of the water.
Go get it out of the water.
Go fetch.
Yeah, go fetch it. Stupid.
Dumb. Idiot. So the Dodgers hosting the Tigers. In that first game, it was Lance Lynn versus Eduardo Rodriguez, big giant loser. And things did not go his way in this one.
No.
He allowed 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 home runs off the bat of the former Tiger, JD Martinez.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly forgot he was a Tiger at one point. I mean, it's easy to forget because he was just a monster in Boston, and then you know what? Nobody really likes the Tigers. We're just gonna talk mess about the Tigers. It seems like we do it all the time. It's for a reason.
And I gotta say, I love watching AJ Hinch manage a mediocre team that's gonna lose 85 games. It brings joy to my soul.
Yes.
And we love it. We love to see it.
Yeah, what a joke. I can't believe they still let him coach.
What a joke. So, Eduardo Rodriguez, we do hope he's okay. We don't want anyone getting hurt. He did get hurt.
Yeah.
Batter called time. He, stopped his motion midway and my arm hurts.
Yeah, that sucks.
My leg. I stepped on it wrong. And now he can't pitch anymore because he's hurt.
Yeah, it sucks. Should have come to LA.
So, Lance Lynn with a decent performance in this one.
Pretty good.
He did allow 3 runs. Did allow a home run in this one.
Typical.
Kind of happens every appearance now. Every time starts a game.
As long as it's a solo shot, those are fine.
We can live with it.
Yeah, I can live with that.
But JD Martinez, the big storyline in this one, he went 3 for 4, drove in 5, 2 home runs against his former team.
Good for him.
He's heating up right at the right time.
Yeah. Well, I wish it would wait until the postseason, obviously, but you got to start momentum leading into the postseason, which I like. So hopefully he can keep this going for another week. And then they have time off, which sucks, getting the bye. And then you start the postseason. So, I mean, Player of the Week honors, man. Way to do it. This was just the first game. So, good for him.
Speaking of hot, we've got Miguel Rojas, who has been outstanding since the beginning of August. He hit a home run in this one, his 5th of the year.
Finally, he's finally heating up right when you need it. Obviously, he wanted to be consistent through the whole year. But I'm okay with him just coming out, coming out of the gate running since August because we need him in the postseason.
And what a sneaky good pickup that's turned out to be. Thought he was going to be your utility guy. All of a sudden, Gavin Lux goes down. He becomes your starting shortstop.
Everyday shortstop.
The bat was not there for the first half of the year. The glove's always going to be good for him.
Forever.
And now that bat's heating up a little bit, it's turned into a really good move for the Dodgers.
Yeah. It's funny because we know the Dodgers. We know their front office. We know the way they work. Nobody talked about how good, or we can say sneaky good, these pickups were at the time and now have blossomed throughout the year. They never talked about how good of a pickup Rojas was, and now has been. We don't need to talk about Syndergaard. Everybody's not really talking about JD. Oh yeah, cool, he's coming back, and he likes his hitting coach. Well, obviously because he's producing. He's hitting just like he was in Boston. Hayward is, in my opinion, comeback player of the year by far. Nobody's even close because he had one home run all last year, and now he's got one every 15 at bats or something, 15 or 20 at bats. He's just being a stud this year, so hats off.
You're the math guy. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Then you get Kike halfway through the year. You get Rosario, which was just great pickups that you could put honestly anywhere in the field, and they're great against lefties.
Utility guys.
Just a great job.
I love them.
Just a great job.
So the Dodgers picking up the win in this one. Also, shout out to Freddie Freeman. Stole his 20th base of the year in the 2020 season for Freddie.
Good for him.
First time he's done that. Career high in stolen bases. So taking advantage of the new rules. Then going on to the next game, it was a bullpen game in this one. You had Ferguson open up. He allowed a run. And then went to Pepio. He went 6, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits.
Stud.
I think it's time to get rid of the opener for Pepio.
Yep.
Let him start a ball game.
I agree, especially when we're getting into the postseason. That opener role, these bullpen guys aren't used to that. That first inning, jitters, stuff like that. No. Let your starter get ready, get mentally ready, physically ready, and go out there. Pepio is ready, 100%. Let Ferguson come in when he's supposed to in that 7th, 8th inning during that, that high leverage inning. That's what he's built for.
Tigers getting out to an early lead in this one, winning or going ahead 2 runs in the first 3 innings. Dodgers battling back though. JD Martinez with the home run in this one.
Yeah, of course.
Red hot. 3 home runs in 2 games. David Peralta driving in the game-tying run.
Yes.
And then
it
came down. A squeaker? A squeaker? Came down to the last 2 innings. Dodgers tying it in the 8th. And then Max Muncy with the walk-off single in the 9th.
And then Mookie rounded the base and barely bit out the throw. It was a big play. What a way to win the game. I was really scared for a second. I thought Mookie got banged up there, but he ended up being okay. Kind of got hit in the head with the captain's mask after, but great slide. What a great way to end the ball game. Those are the best games. You don't want to give up an early lead. You want to keep it close. Obviously, you want to try and blow out the other team. It's not going to happen every time. But if you're going to win a ball game, the Dodgers have been doing such a good job at producing late in the innings recently. They're at their worst when they score early and then don't score. They're at their best when they can stay kind of consistent and then score late. That's what they've been doing.
And that's the team we've come to know and love over the last few seasons.
Exactly.
Winning late in ball games. Slow burn.
Best team in baseball over the last few seasons, but definitely this season with 2 outs. Best team in baseball.
Going into the finale, Dodgers trying to pull off the sweep.
Would have been nice.
Didn't work out this time. Bobby Miller with a tough luck loss. He allowed 2 runs in 6 innings.
But 2 runs over 6 innings is fine. You know what? That should win you a ball game. Offense just didn't get it done. I mean, you had 1 run through 7 innings. Can't do it. Obviously, like I just mentioned, they're really good at scoring late recently, but you can't always rely on that. You got to be more consistent throughout the ball game. Put a crooked number.
Then, who came to town, Mason?
The Lame-O Giants.
The Lame-O Giants.
The Lame-O, the Reese's Pieces color.
San Francisco. I'm sick of them.
Lame.
Are you sick of them, Little Barnesy?
Always.
So you had Kyle Harrison going up against Emmett Sheehan. Kyle Harrison, a young pitching prospect for the Giants. Mm-hmm. And Sheehan, of course, we've seen what he's done so far for the Dodgers this year.
I mean, he's a stud. Obviously, he's young. He's not going to be as consistent. But he's, especially when it comes to the postseason, we need that arm. If he can get you 4 or 5 innings, we'll take it. We will take it. If we can get 4 or 5 innings of 1 to 2 run baseball, that should get the job done because your lineup should score hopefully more than 2 runs in a ball game. So I'll take it. Good job.
Sheehan making his debut against the Giants. He gave up no hits before being lifted in the 7th. And he had no-hit type stuff here in this one again. I mean, he was locked in. No offense for the Giants through those first 3 innings, and he just looked outstanding. He gave up literally no hits in this game.
Yeah, no, he did great. Couldn't get that 3rd out in that 5th inning. He had a really tough last inning. It just
kind of lost command of the zone there.
Yeah, it just honestly it just disappeared on him, which sucks. But yeah, no, that was 4 2/3. He looked really, really well. No hits. He did give up a run, which sucks on a walk. He gave up a freebie, but you want him to earn it. But at the same time, that's always a good stat. No hit.
And a career high 9 Ks in this one for Sheehan.
Oh man, yeah, he looked really good.
And then the bullpen was outstanding as well. Vesia giving up the only run in the bullpen.
Shocker.
Not too surprised
Shocker.
there. Shelby Miller with the win. Then Ryan Brazier, Joe Kelly, and Evan Phillips finishing it off.
I gotta go back down. I gotta talk about this Miller cat. Under the radar pickup again, and has just been so good for us throughout the year. We needed an extra arm like this. Brazier, of course, I think if you follow the Dodgers, you know who this is. Was a nobody in Boston, came to LA, like everybody else. Comes to LA and just produces. It's crazy. Good for him.
What a stud.
And then Phillips, the guy.
The guy. And then JD Martinez with another home run.
Jeez.
Just dingers.
Dude, I mean, that's
just
what he does.
Dingers.
Okay, and the crazy thing is, the way that you can tell if he's on or not is when he's driving the ball the other way, which he has been. Half the home runs he's hit have gone opposite field in this weak stretch that he had. So, I mean, he's not pulling the ball. He's hitting it everywhere. He's letting that ball get deep, and he is driving the ball in the right field. Good for him.
Just dingers. The Dodgers scoring 7 runs in this one. Most of those coming against the bullpen. Going on to the next game, it was Sean Manaea going up against another bullpen game. You had Caleb Ferguson with the opener. And then Gavin Stone, who allowed 3 runs and 4 1/3. Yarbrough allowing 2 more through 3 2/3. Not a great pitching performance for the pitching staff, but on the other side, Manaea looked very good for the Giants.
Yeah, he did look really good, which, I mean, he's had a pretty up and down season. I mean, his ERA is finally almost to 4.5. Pretty well, it's at 4.5 now. When they first got him, I thought, why did they pick him up? And he's finally come, to be more consistent for him. Stone, he's just not ready. He's too young. And then Yarbrough, I mean, he's been a pretty good pickup. He can get you, 3-4 innings in a ball game. But at first, his stuff seemed more sharp, and now it seems like he's missing too much over the plate, too much in the middle. So he's got to tighten that up. And he's gonna be great in the postseason if we can get him to corner some more, get him missing the corners, but just by lip, that's gonna be great.
Just thumb it in there.
Yeah, don't miss over the plate, man. If you're gonna miss it a little high, not high. Miss it a little low out of the zone, that's fine. Miss a little in, make him saw it off, but don't miss over the middle. That's what he's doing wrong.
Just thumb it in there. The Giants scoring 5 times in this one, including 2 more in the 9th. Kind of put the nail in the coffin. Yastrzemski. What a good baseball name that is.
Oh, it'll go down in legend.
Grandson of Carl, of course. Yep. He had a home run in this one. And then you also saw a home run from Tyro Estrada. And Fitzgerald, the young center fielder, his first career home run.
Oh, good for him.
Freddie was 2 for 4 in this one. Dodgers didn't have much going on outside of that. So, a game to forget about, no doubt.
Only about 5 hits. It's not very good.
And then the next day, it was Kershaw Day.
Hey, what a game. I love that game.
Hey! Kershaw going 5 innings, allowed no runs on 2 hits. He did walk 2. The walks have been up for him.
Yep.
But he struck out 5.
No home runs.
No home runs.
That's a good plus. I'd rather give up a walk than a home run, but...
Would you rather give up a walk than a home run, Little Barnesy?
Always.
Kershaw picking up the victory in this one, passing Don Drysdale for second most all-time on the Dodgers wins list.
We give a one-handed clap. Good job, Kershaw.
Kersh, you're the man. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're a World Series champion.
Should be
It's
unanimous.
legit. I don't care what anybody says.
No, he's got the equipment, man. If they're gonna let Houston own 17, you got to give us 20. Every other team had the same chance. Every other team had the same chance to win.
It's true.
Every single team.
Why didn't your team win?
I know.
Why didn't your team win?
If it was so easy, if it was so Mickey Mouse, everybody should have won it. Why didn't your team?
Join the clubhouse.
Join the clubhouse. Stupid. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's where they belong.
Can you guess what JD Martinez did in this ball game?
I'm hoping it was a home run.
It was another home run. It's 31st of the year. I mean, just dingers. There's nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. Just dingers.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If it wasn't 4 games in a row, it was 4 out of the last 5 games he had a home run.
You might be wrong.
Either one. I'm
It's
right.
Pretty, it's pretty close.
It's 50-50, but
it's something like that.
Something like that. Lots of home runs.
Lots of home runs, courtesy of just dingers. Mookie Betts was 2 for 3 in this one. He drove in 2. He walked twice, so reaching base 4 times in that one. That helps the old OPS there.
Of course.
Freddie Freeman was 2 for 5 with a run driven in. Muncy 2 for 5, drove in a run.
Wow.
And then, of course, we talked about JD. He was 2 for 4 in this one with that home run. The offense is firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah.
The bullpen's looking solid.
Well, let's see. Who got another double today? Of course, Freddie.
Frederick, he's getting there.
57, man.
He's getting there.
And if he gets to 60, it'll be the first player since 1936 to get 60 doubles in a season. Fantastic.
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 We love it, Frederick.
What a guy.
And then the Dodgers trying to finish off the Giants and win the series, and they did just that. Lance Lynn.
Spectacular game.
Lance Lynn looking good for the
One
Dodgers.
of the best games you're going to watch this season, honestly.
Lynn gave up 2 runs through 6 innings. Did give up a home run.
Typical.
We're used to it at this point.
If he doesn't give up a home run, it was a perfect start. But if he gives up a home run, it's a fine start. It's going to happen.
He made it work.
Yeah.
James Outman with the home run in this one.
Stud.
Late night Lamont of the Giants hit the home run that tied it up for them in the 5th.
Of course.
And then it was an interesting ball game, went back and forth.
Yeah, extra innings.
Until the 10th, when Sir Chris Taylor walked it off. Took 100 the other way, just went with the pitch. Beautiful piece of hitting there by Chris.
You know what? Another streaky hitter recently, it seems like over the last 2 years, he's either in the zone or he's nowhere near it. It's insane. And by the zone, I mean the hitting zone. No, he's either really, really good or not. So
Get in the zone, AutoZone. This episode is brought to you by AutoZone.
get the zone. Chris Taylor, great job hitting the ball the other way. That's what you got to do on that pitch, especially that it's, he cornered it too. It wasn't like right over the plate. It was towards the edge, and he just took it the other way. Fantastic hitting. 100.
100.
Jeez.
How do you even see that ball?
Better him than me.
Bullpen was outstanding again in this one. We're really going to need to rely on them in the postseason, which was a scary thought in the first half. The second half, they've turned things around, and they're looking like the bullpen we're used to.
Yeah, and I mean, overall, this lineup is going to get you some runs. It's going to be rare if they don't. If they don't score more than 2 to 3 runs in a ball game, you just got to tip your cap to the pitching staff of the other team. But at the same time, our pitching staff has really turned it around, like you said. Really come together, especially the bullpen in the second half. Starting pitchers are still up and down. We've had a lot of unfortunate events happen. We've had a lot of mishaps. We've had a lot of Syndergaard not doing what we thought he was going to do and then just give him away. But I like who we have. We've got a good, I think, starting rotation. It seems, if you want to call it a rotation right now, it's got to be Miller game 1. It's got to be Kershaw game 2. Miller's got to go game 1. You got to win game 1. Kershaw is definitely not your game 1 starter, especially with that shoulder. I don't want to call it an injury, but that questionable shoulder. He's got to go game 2. Lance Lynn's going game 3 for me in my book, and then I would throw Pepio out there. Sheehan, he deserves a start in the 5th game. That's my 5.
I like it. So the Dodgers, what a way to win your final home game of the regular season.
Walk off against the Giants in extra innings.
And it kind of just closed the book on the Giants season.
Yes.
Rough series for them.
Sucks.
And
Sucks
there's always next year.
Sucks to suck.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
So the Dodgers headed to Colorado. We had a day-night doubleheader today.
Yeah.
And the Rockies taking the first game. And this one, they had Anderson on the mound. He picked up his first win after allowing no runs through 5 innings.
He pitched a pretty good game then. I mean, only 4 strikeouts, but you're giving up only 5 hits against this lineup, giving up no runs through 5 full innings. It's a great start. It sucks, but good job.
Ferguson was the opener in this one for the Dodgers. He allowed 3 runs, only recorded 2 outs before going to Ryan Pepio. Pepio, through 6 innings, allowed just 1 run on 5 hits. That was a home run to Nolan Jones.
But you know what?
Mr. Jones!
Why? Pepio, like we've talked about, Pepio deserves a start. He doesn't need to come in and pitch 6 innings from the 2nd through the 8th or whatever it is. You got to let him start that game. Start the game. He deserves it. Ferguson, like we talked about, doesn't need to come in and pitch, that first inning. He's a bullpen guy. He's ready for that leverage inning. Stop throwing him that first inning. Tired of it. Especially with the postseason. Don't do it. Let Pepio start and get mentally ready.
Do not do it.
Do not do it. Please.
Don't do it. The Dodgers had plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
1 for 10 with runners in scoring position.
Oh my God.
11 runners left on base. Piss me off.
It's in Colorado. It's in Colorado. Just put the ball out there. It's going to go. You don't have to hit a home run, but it's pretty easy in this ballpark. Just hit the ball hard in the air. It's probably going to fly out. Just hit it hard. It's going to go really fast in this ballpark.
So Dodgers drop in the first game of the doubleheader. It looks like the night game has just started. You got Chris Taylor leading off at 3rd. Looks like Mookie's going to have the night off. Maybe a pinch hit appearance. Probably not.
Okay.
It's a good day to give him a break.
Sure.
After he's already played 1.
Sure.
Freddie is in the 2-hole. Will Smith is catching in the 3-hole.
Freddie's going to always play 162, dude.
That's right.
That's crazy. I
Throw
love
him
it.
out there.
I love it.
Muncy is DHing in the 4-hole. You got Outman in center. Kike's in right. David Peralta's in left. Colton Wong getting the start at second base in the 8-hole.
That's fine.
And Ahmed Rosario is at short.
Nice. Okay. I mean, that's not your A++ roster lineup, but at the same time, I think that's a great lineup against these Rockies. Especially it's the second game of the doubleheader. So
On the mound, you've got Ryan Feltner going up against Bobby Miller time.
Miller time.
Is it Miller time in Coors Field?
I hope so. That would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic.
That would be great. That should be the headline tonight.
If you're at this ball game, go get yourself a Miller because it's Miller time.
And if we win tomorrow, when we win this ball game, the headline has to be, it was Miller time in Coors Park. Fantastic. You cannot get a better headline. That's the title of the next video. As long as we win this game, when we win this game, it was Miller time in Coors Field.
So,
Meant to be.
Tomorrow you've got game 3 of the series. It'll be Sheehan going up against Davis of the Rockies, who's 0-3 with an 8.77 ERA.
Not good.
Ooh, Noah.
Not good.
Noah Davis. He's
That
struggling. It's tough to pitch in Coors Field, and
Yeah.
he's going to have to be better than that.
Especially against these Dodgers, man. I don't know. That doesn't look good. I feel bad for him.
As far as matchups, only a few Dodgers have seen Noah Davis.
Yeah.
Austin Barnes is 0-1. Freddie's 1-1 with an RBI.
Hey.
Will Smith is 0-1, and Colton Wong is 1-2.
Okay.
Should be an interesting one there. Hopefully get another good appearance out of Emmett Sheehan.
Hopefully.
And then
Need it.
on Thursday,
Your favorite?
my favorite,
My favorite.
your favorite.
TBD.
TBD
We
is
don't
facing
know.
off against TBD.
Yeah, who knows? We don't know. Not us.
Who's going to pitch?
No idea.
Do you know Little Barnesy?
No, nobody does.
Nobody knows. It's probably going to be a bullpen game for both teams.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too surprised there. And then the Dodgers are headed off to San Francisco to wrap up the final series of the regular season. And then it's
crazy.
playoffs.
That's crazy to say. This season
Playoffs?
flew by. This season flew by.
Playoffs?
Can't wait. October baseball, baby. That's
Love
the
it.
best time of year.
Best time of year?
October. Love it. Well, let's hope that the bye doesn't really affect us. We hope that it bites the Braves in the butt this year, because it's going to get somebody every single year, and it better not be the Dodgers this time. It already got us.
Yeah.
We looked like chumps last year.
Go
so
somewhere else.
No more. No, thank you.
Go somewhere else, buy bug.
Bye-bye.
We don't like the buy bug. The
No.
buy bug's going to bite somebody else.
Yeah, I really hope it's the Braves. You know who I don't make the playoffs?
Who?
Houston.
Yeah.
Seattle's got
Come on, Seattle.
Seattle's got to play better
Come
baseball.
on.
The Texas Rangers have to keep winning, but at the same time, I think Seattle plays the Rangers again, to finish off the season. Let's see. Who does Houston play?
Come on, Seattle.
Who does Houston play that last series?
Arizona.
Oh,
come on. Come on.
But at the same time, if Arizona wins that series, then they're definitely going to the play. Right now, they're
I would
second
much
best.
rather Arizona
Yeah,
go to the
that's
playoffs
true.
and Houston watch the playoffs from home on the couch than the other way around.
That's true. Let's go Seattle. Let's go Arizona.
Come on, baby. So that does it for us here on Lad Talk, guys. If you watched all the way to the end and you like what you saw, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. As always, let's go Dodgers.
Adios.